Have a good day.
All right.
And check out who I found. Tim, Cotton Top, number 3, right? Milwaukee event. And
Do you want to take this one home with you after?
No.
I'm done with it. Wipe this little screw on there. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Between these, and that's due to that optimized shock zone, that custom alloy 76 steel, that custom steel and heat treat that allows our bits to absorb that torque and keep driving versus the competitive bit that can't absorb it, and it's just going to break as soon as it gets under that hard torque situation. It's the combination of our wear guard tip, that optimized shock zone, and the steel that gives us up to 50 times life and sometimes even more versus competitive impact bits on the market.
Weights on both of them. Again, Milwaukee's on the left here, competitors on the right. We're gonna start them off. Header bit has gone to failure. I'm so confident in our new enhanced tapered web, I'm gonna add some more weight to our bit and see how much longer it can go. Really holding up there. For the sake of time, I'm going to stop it. But as you can see, that enhanced tapered web has really strengthened the bit to its core. So, what were those other 2 frustrations that we talked about? The life of the bit and the speed of the cut. The new quad edge tips geometry is going to feature a very aggressive cut into those materials, and it's also going to feature some relief angles to help separate the heat from building up at the tip itself, increasing the life. So we're going to be going into right off the bat, you can see we're already starting to extract the stainless in larger pieces, whereas the competition's kind of just beating at it. It's that aggressive tooth geometry that really helps dig into it immediately. We've completed the application, excuse me. Competition's about halfway done. On average, we're seeing about a 20% speed difference between us and the other guys. With these new improvements, we're guaranteeing up to 15 times more life with our Cobalt Red Helix bits, and up to 5 times more life with our Shockwave Titanium bits. Again, we've created a bit that is going to last longer, cut faster, and is overall more durable.
Alright, as you can see, I was easily able to reach around all that pipe that's already installed with the extension, and you might have noticed I didn't even use a ladder. So in low ceiling situations, your viewers can completely avoid having to use a ladder in this situation. Another common application is mounting equipment onto the ground. Sometimes there's tight clearance holes, such as here in the switch gear, where a normal 6-inch drill bit, which is what's typically used on the site, doesn't fit. Now your viewer has to order a special order bit 12 inches, 18 inches long. It might take a day or 2 to get that from the warehouse. Instead, with the SDS Plus extension, because of its tight circumference, it's able to easily fit into that hole, mount that anchor straight, and get the job done on that same day. Trying to remove this tile. As opposed to with the Plus Lock extension, can simply put the 18-inch extension along with the tile chisel and remove that tile. Sorry, I'm tangled. There we go. As you can see, I did this application standing up. I didn't have to, be on my hands and knees or anything like that. So perfect use for an extension to really make the user or your viewer feel more comfortable when doing this type of application.
They got lampshades.
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty cool.
Tape measures here at Milwaukee Tools. Who's been with us for the last 4 years since we launched tape measures at NPS? Yeah, a couple of us? So for those of you who have been here, you've seen us talk a lot about tape measure durability. So we've run over the blade with a forklift, we've thrown it off the roof of our building, we've done a lot of crazy stuff focused on durability. But today, this year, we are really excited to focus on standout. So come August of this year, Milwaukee will be delivering best-in-class 14 feet of standout on our new tape measures. So before we get into the product level detail, we're going to do a quick standout demo. Can I get 2 people to do this demo with Brandon?
We're going to have you stand here, Stanley. All right. And basically what we're doing is we're reaching for that 11-foot sign there. We're going to have you stand right here.
Hi, me versus Cotton Top.
You got to stand back though. You're already cheating. Look at that.
Okay,
all right. So this is these are the standout claims that our competitors have on their packaging. They claim 11 feet. They claim 13 feet. Let's see if we can actually get that.
Let us know what your fingers are.
And when it breaks, let us know where it breaks. I'll be doing the same thing with the Milwaukee tape with 14 feet of standout. Awfully quiet.
Yeah, dude, I've never seen a guy concentrate. These two are like into it. Oh, these are gonna go.
Alright, so this row is about 12 feet. We're really taking our time up here. Just about 11 feet.
11.
Stanley, where am I at right here?
14.
Okay, can I get more?
Well, you're resting up there.
True.
I don't know.
Alright. So for those of you who couldn't see, Brandon was demoing our brand new wide blade tape measure with best in class 14 feet of standout. In this demo, he got close to 15 feet. So we are meeting and exceeding that standout claim. Who's excited about the standout? Yeah? On time, you guys can see this tape flaking off. This tape is going to get scratched and this coating is going to flake off. Eventually, we're going to see the numbers come off too. With stud, and this is the sample we've been using since Monday morning. Even in the harshest of job site environments, this coating isn't going anywhere. So like I said, we've done this demo now about 15 times on this tape. The coating is still completely intact. You can read all the numbers and the tape is functioning perfectly. For something, whether you're on a ladder, you're reaching for something. So whether it's the guy on the concrete site who goes through a tape every couple of months, we have stud.
So that's the bottom side of the tape. Got measurements on it.
We have wide blade.
And like,
And for those of us who like the more compact tape with quality to stand out,
Very
still
cool.
feature rich, we have the
Just saw us launch the Milwaukee Framing Square with a 50% thicker frame, built-in angle finding and scribe notches. It is the most durable and versatile framing square on the market. We also just launched the Milwaukee 7-inch rafter square with built-in rare earth magnets, scribe notches to 6 inches, and a pipe jack. It is the most durable and versatile rafter square on the market. Come up afterwards, get your hands on these products. But what we're really excited to talk about today is what's next in our trade-focused layout solutions. Day in and day out, when we go to the job sites, we see contractors, regardless of their trade, using rafter squares to check 45 and 90. But what we've seen is they don't always need a 7-inch or 12-inch rafter square. In some cases, it actually hinders the work that they're doing. It adds weight to their tool belt, to their pouch. It falls out when they're climbing up ladders and causes a lot of frustration. With the 35% more compact trim square, it's going to now easily fit into whatever tool storage you're using on that job site, or if you just want to throw it in your apron pocket. It's going to feature the same high visibility, high durability laser etch markings as our framing and rafter square. It's a Milwaukee pocket level. Countless job sites we've been to, we've seen guys cutting torpedo levels down to fit tight applications to get in between studs or in between fittings.
I'm one of the product managers here with
This is cool. 3 inches.
the Empire brand. So I'm really excited to talk to you about what's coming new in 2019. This started in 1919. So this is our 100th anniversary. Now, if you go back to 1919, you're going to see that there's a core value and foundation that's pretty solid.
These things are bad to the bone, man. Love it.
Empire was founded right here in Wisconsin. We've never left USA manufacturing, and we are still completely invested in US. The first one's going to be the smaller unit. It starts at 24 inches and extends out to 40. I'll pass that one around so you guys can see it. The second unit has a 48-inch option that then extends out to 78 inches. Now, this is coming in September, and the retail price point on the long one's going to be $99, on the short one's $69.
Coming all the way out. We're enjoying it. Yeah, good. I bet it's not as hot here as it is in Missouri.
It's a lot hotter.
Oh, yeah. You guys have probably been in the 90s for those months.
2 years ago, who was at NPS19? Got a couple? So you guys may or may not remember, I'm sure you do. I came up on a stage similar to this in our parking lot and talked about how Milwaukee was going to change the game in storage. We were going to come out with PackOut, the most versatile and most durable storage system in the industry.
Full job site solutions provider that PackOut strives to be, we knew we had to include an option for those end users who are working in indoor facilities such as shops, as well as like the warehouse that we're in today. With the launch of the PackOut Dolly in July of this year, we're excited to say we now offer a solution for those users. Right off the bat, you're going to notice some things that really set the PackOut Dolly apart from anything in the field today. When we went out and conducted our initial research, we noticed that when any user is taking the product on and off, the dolly tends to roll away from them, causing headache when you're doing this consistently throughout the day. But with the quick stop loading lever, all you need to do is take your foot, press it down, and now you can take boxes off and place them back on without worry of the dolly rolling away from them. We also have casters that spin 360 degrees, so you can easily maneuver this around the job site.
One that actually launched in March of this year and is available now is the 10-piece bimetal bulldozer set. So this is going to have hole size from 1.5 inches up to 4 1/4. All the key sizes, your accessories, your pilot bits, your arbors, everything that you need. So this is really a perfect starter kit for any pro user. This is great not only for people who are already in the PackOut system, so they can go in, grab their hole saw kit and add to their system, but also people who may not have any PackOut, right? So they're going in looking for hole saws, they see the PackOut option, now they're into the system, and they're going to be able to expand on that with all of our other solutions.
Radio charger with PackOut compatibility, your ultimate job site sound system. Now, as part of our audio lineup, our #1 priority is to deliver the best sound quality in the industry, starting with 360 sound. We know that our users take the PackOut system and treat it as their central hub. We want to make sure that no matter where users are in relation to the PackOut, their experience is not compromised. We made sure to include 2 kinds of speakers here. We have a full range speaker and a high frequency speaker covering all your mids and highs. These 8 speakers alone are very directional. Therefore, we place them on every single corner of the PackOut radio. Now, these 8 speakers are very loud, and although volume is important, we know that so is quality and range. So we built this with 2 subwoofers. On the back here, you'll find an active and a passive in order to give you that awesome bass. Now, for our users to experience all of this amazing sound, we include the best forms of connectivity. We start with Bluetooth 4.2 for a quicker connection, better memory of paired devices, and a truer connection at 100 feet. We have AM/FM radio with a more durable antenna, 10 presets available, and a better reception overall. And of course, we include auxiliary input for when Bluetooth and radio are not available. As part of the central hub for our users, we had to include the charging. The PackOut radio is built with a 6-foot cord,
in order to keep your M18 batteries charged up all day long. We have additional onboard storage so that you can keep your phone safe while charging that up via 2.1 amp USB out.
Is there a sealer on there?
Yes, this has a seal. Now, we couldn't release a job site radio without making it durable enough for the job site. No need to be delicate with this. You can place up to 100 pounds of weight on top, whether that be additional pack-out storage or a fallen tool. It's complete with rubber overmold around all the speakers to protect key components. This radio is IP54 rated for water.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching ball games.
Oh, look at that. There's that stuff. Come on, man.
We're looking at a bunch of different options to help those end users who don't want to unstack their right. So just looking at, what do you
Right now, I was just
This is cool.
And then these guys can put their shit wherever they want. They don't have to.
That's a 30-pound weight right there. Oh, broke the weight. Goodness gracious.
All right, so this is the new pack-out mounting plate, going to be available in August of this year. Key things on it, really took the time to make sure this is going to stand the test of time. All of the mounting points on here are reinforced with metal that is molded into the plastic so it cannot come out. Also added metal reinforcing ribs so you have the option to throw a strap over anything that's not pack-out compatible. These things are so durable, we've actually got 2 of them hanging from the ceiling up here, and I'm able to do pull-ups from it. Again, coming August 2019.
All right.
Pack-out mounting plate.
There we go. You can hold this here.
I didn't know you were fixing to do that.
This is the 1-inch one right here, man. Look at that. That's right.
Probably more clear than anything.
This is the digital torque wrench right here.
That's wild.
This ain't just torque wrench, this is electric. I'm going to take it down.
It's so you hold the trigger down.
Shows I do. Yeah, I can't film and hold it at the same time. There you go. Let me see the light.
The light?
Yeah, I hold the light. There we go. We'll light it up. There we go. There we go.
Is that loose? Yeah. All right. So my target is 60 foot-pounds.
Right. Oh. So we got disco lights that come on with it too. That's very cool.
Ready for the party.
Yeah, there we go. So you can ratchet it down electrically and then finish it off by pulling
that's
torque
where the
on
accuracy
it.
comes in, is when you ratchet it down.
What does that one go up to right there?
100 foot-pounds for the 3/8, 150 for the half.
Very cool. Very cool. There's your light. Appreciate it, man.
So those of you who've been here for the past 13 years and those of you that are new, those of you might not know that this is actually the first time ever at Milwaukee Tools at this event. We're dedicating an entire section just for transportation maintenance. So we are now the industry leaders in cordless technology in the shop, and we're not stopping at all from this point forward. Let's give Justin a round of applause real fast. All right, so safety first, thank you. Up here we have a demo that's going to show you what the market leader is capable of versus them 12-field die grinders. So when I turn the switch over here, these are both going to turn on, and we're going to add weights to each side, see which one's able to put up through this torture test. So Justin, what we'll have you do here is just add a weight on top here.
Just one?
Yep, just one at a time. Okay. And we're going to see how that goes. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So as you can see, the pneumatic die grinder is already starting to bog down. And this is representative of how hard you could push on that product before it's actually going to stop. So Justin, you mind if I borrow some of your weights? Yeah, here.
All right, thank you. All right.
This thing is junk.
It's not going too well for it, is it? No. So we can get about double the weight on here before it even shuts down, and it's finally just shut off. That's a direct representation of that power you can get from a battery pack that is that small and fits in a tight spot, yet is able to outperform your pneumatic die grinder. So that's going to be something that users will absolutely appreciate, is you're not going to sacrifice performance. Runtime's another thing that everybody asks about. This thing's got great power, but can it have the runtime? So we did a little runtime test. We were able to get over 250 linear feet of gasket removal on 1.20 charge. So to put that into perspective, we estimate that's about 5 transmissions, taking off gasket around 5 different transmissions with 1.20 charge. So if you're working harder than that, maybe you have a bigger surface area, we also offer 3.0, 4.0, 6.0 battery packs on top of that. So got you covered on the runtime side, no problem. So big thing was users were saying, hey, you've got speed control on the back of your tools, right? It'd be great if we could dial in the RPM. So right now, with the pneumatic die grinder, your best way to check how fast you're going is to kind of just feather the trigger, right? There's you know, a little air outlet on the back, but at the end of the day, you don't really know how fast you're spinning. And each one of these accessories up here has a manufacturer rating of your max RPM that you're supposed to be operating at. Didn't know that? Well, now you know, so you can operate a little bit safer out there. So we did a quick landscape and survey of what the most common accessories are and dialed in those RPMs around those accessories. So mode 1 is going to spin at 10,000 max RPM. Mode 2 is going to be at 15,000 RPM. Mode 3, 20,000, and then mode 4 all out RPM is 25,000. So you got 0.3 horsepower and 25,000 RPM from the right angle die grinder. Plenty of power to get the job done, and also in a more controlled manner.
We launched our first ratchet with the intention of replacing that hand tool ratchet into a cordless ratchet. But our users jumped all over that opportunity to get rid of their pneumatic ratchets and then move into cordless. First moment they had, they took that tool off the hose, threw it deep in these tool chests to keep collecting dust for years to come. So we saw that transition taking place, and we saw the need for a ratchet with additional torque. So in 2017, we launched our Fuel family of ratchets, providing that additional torque, superior durability, and that slim head profile to get 3/8 drive. And to demonstrate the benefits you're going to get from this, I'm going to call up Marky Mark to help me Vanna White through this one. He's the hardest working man in the industry. Give him a round of applause, guys.
Thank you, thank you.
He never takes a day off.
That's right.
All right. So what we did with this product is we used the M12 Fuel family as our baseline and provided that additional reach. So if you want to go over under the hood, there's a couple clear benefits here. So if you're working under hood or undercarriage, if this thing's lifted up, or under the dashboard, this tool will give you the ability to get deeper down to those hard to reach fasteners with its slim profile head and extended reach. We'll have plenty of time at the end to get more hands-on, so if you don't get a shot of it, we'll have time for it. All right, the additional added benefit for all you guys, you know, if you used a cordless ratchet, a pneumatic ratchet, whatever it might be, when you finish fastening, there's that little reactionary torque, and you get that great knuckle-busting action. It only takes one time to never forget how that feels.
I don't want to do it anymore. I'm tired of it. You do it.
No, Mark, you got to do it. You got to do it for the cause, man.
I can't even get it.
All right, so with this tool, you also get the added benefit of keeping your hand a little bit away from those components and protecting yourself from that knuckle-busting torque, which is going to be a huge benefit that's going to resonate with our guys out in the field. All right, give me a round of applause. This guy's killing it.
Something we launched and announced last year at our NPS, okay? This has taken a while to get here, and the biggest reason is we wanted to make sure we got it right. We didn't want to put something out there that wasn't going to meet our users' expectations. So let's just address that right up front. I'm happy to announce that the world's most powerful, world's first 1-inch tool that outputs 1,800 foot-pounds of torque, is 7 pounds lighter than a corded solution, and eliminates the need for your pneumatic hose and compressor. Is going to be starting to ship in 2 weeks. All right, so this will be available in 2 weeks with 1,800 foot-pounds of torque. All right, quick update on that. I'm excited to introduce you the world's first torque wrench with the motor. All right, it's the M12 Fuel digital torque wrench with 1 key. What this allows you to do is set your target torque. In this instance, I have 60 foot-pounds on the screen here. All right, I pull the trigger, the tool will shut off prior to my target torque, and then I finish it by hand, just like a normal torque wrench, to get the accuracy that I'm looking for out of this tool. All right, let's do a quick demo. So again, it's set for 60 foot-pounds. All right, it ran it down to 46. And I just finished the rest of the way. I'm at 66, all right? So plus or minus 10% is usually what we see, and that's how this is set up, but you can also adjust it, so I want to be at least 60 plus 10%, at least 60 plus 20%, whatever you want.
If you go too far, it lights up red right there.
So this is being released in November, all right? We have two versions. We have a 3/8 and a 1/2 inch drive. The 3/8 will go from 10 to 100 foot-pounds. The 1/2 inch will go from 10 to 150 foot-pounds, all right? Now, that productivity savings that we talked about, that's great, but if you're not accurate, who cares? I'm excited to let you guys know that we're delivering up to 2% accuracy with this torque wrench, meeting or exceeding a lot of the click style and equaling a lot of those digital torque wrenches that are out there today, okay?
Can you switch it over to Newton meters?
Yep, you can. So the question was, can you switch it over to other units of measure like Newton meters or inch pounds? Just by a couple pushes of the button,
wow.
I'm now in inch pounds, all right?
Does it do angle?
It does not do angle. That is the one thing it does not do, right? So you can run it down for your head bolts. You can run it down and put and get it to that torque value. So if there's specific applications that you want to preset it in, you can set that up in the tool through the screen.
What's the price?
Price will be $5.99 for the bare tool, $7.49 for the kit.
Yeah. Okay? Is that for either one, for the 3/8?
For either one, yep.
For either one.
Now the critical piece here, there's a lot of certification required. You have to recalibrate your torque wrenches every year. Same thing here. All right. Now you will get a paper copy, but you will also get the ability to look at your last time you had it calibrated and certified, and you'll get notified at that annual date.
Do you send it back into you to certify?
It will be through us for certification, because we've heard third party usually takes a while.
Oh God!
We are.
You might never see it.
We are going to improve on that process.
Will that be done like at your Greenwood location?
Yep, to Greenwood.
Yep.
Yes.
You might never see it again.
So I told you we released a 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch and 3/8 drive last year. This year we're very excited to launch our 1/2 inch drive ratchet and socket sets. So they'll be available metric, SAE, and both the combination set, as well as our breaker bar. So we'll have a 24 inch and a 15 inch for those really stubborn fasteners. Last night we got some questions from quite a few users that, hey, I lost my socket, how can I buy it? We've heard this from your viewers, from you guys, from distributors, from a bunch of our users that they want our open stock. So later this year you'll see us roll out a full open stock program. We will have over 200 SKUs on the ratchet and socket sets and combination storage unit. 18 gauge steel, and it's got 22 inch drawers. A lot of our old ones have 18 inch. There's been a demand, but hey, I want to still store more, so we're doing that with this really nice steel storage unit here. Soft side closes or soft closed drawers like you guys have come to know, love. It's got the cream soda over there on the side and the bumpers as well. So cream soda, you never know what it is. But over 100 items come out of this breakout for hand tools and storage as well. So Mark, you want to close it out if you want to?
Yeah, let's close it out real fast.
Completely redesigned from the ground up. When we say ground up, I mean every screw, every component, everything about this tool is redesigned with that feedback in mind. And what you're going to see with this tool is a couple of things. First and foremost, you'll see significantly improved performance from a consistency of nail driving. So that means in your whole range of common materials, from MDF and pines on the softer side, all the way up through your harder woods and everything in between. You see consistent nail driving and a ton of adjustability to deal with those different materials and lengths of nails. Gen 1 18 gauge. You see a huge reduction in almost every critical dimension. That means it's going to be smaller, it's going to be easier to get into tight spaces, inside corners, you name it. And then one of the biggest things that will jump out with you when you get it in hand is the reduction in weight. We took out over 1/2 pound in weight. It's more ergonomics, more comfortable in hand, less fatiguing over a day's worth of use. It's going to be, we covered your zero ramp up time, so we're just going to get into the demo. A couple of specs before we fire the nail. You're going to fire 5/8 through 2 1/8 in length, so it's going to be your full range of common 18 gauge brads. You're going to fit 110 nails in this magazine. Something else you'll notice on here is, one, we moved the depth adjustment to the back side of the tool. It was on the front side. Move it out of your line of sight to make it easier to accurately place your nails. A harder material, and then I'm going to back it down a little bit very quickly and fire to a nice consistent depth in a soft material. Yep, you can get closer if you're up front to see, but there's clean, consistent, small nail holes, just barely larger than the head of the brad. A little adjustment on the back side of this tool, I can move all the way down to our MDF here and get the same performance.
That's a lot better than the general.
Significantly improved from that. Yeah.
I have trouble with.
You're going to get 1,500 nails per charge. 1,500 nails per charge on a 2 amp hour battery, which is what it will be kitted with. Users expected. Our customers really need it. So the wait's finally over today. We're excited to announce the M18 fuel framing nailers. Not one, but two. We're going to have a cordless 30 degree as well as a 21 degree framing nailer as well. So we'll talk through some of the differences there. First and foremost, first thing you'll notice with this tool is the performance. So we went out in the field, we started field testing these prototypes. One of the first things that continued to come up was the use of engineered lumber is becoming more and more commonplace. LVLs, LSLs, PSLs, you name it. And it's a big frustration, not just for cordless, but even some pneumatics. That was one of our primary focuses, was making sure we could deal with all of those dense engineered lumbers on site. That's the first thing I'll demo for you today. In this tool, I've got full 3.5 inch nails by 131. You'll see we'll bury these into this double ply LVL. Pretty impressive, right?
Nice.
Very much. Now, power is only one piece of the equation when you talk about framing nailers. What do you think? Woo! Pretty good. And the best part about this is all of this performance comes without the use of a gas cartridge. There's no consumable, that means no maintenance, no consistent downtime with that tool, and no cold weather performance issues. All you need is an M18 battery and nails and you're ready to go. What's the max length? What's that? No oil, you don't need to do any oil or maintenance. What was the max length? Max length is 3.5 inches on both of the tools. Minimum is 2 inches. On the 30 degree, it'll take 113 up to 131 clipped head or full offset round. On the 21 degree, it'll take up to 148 in shank diameter, knowing in some regions that larger nails being spec'd in more and more commonly.
How long will it run on with a 3.5 inch nail coming out of it?
On a 5 amp hour battery, it'll run at about 700 nails per charge. It actually won't change no matter what length nail you have in there. It fires with the same power every time.
Okay.
You've got an adjustment for depth in the front of the tool.
Okay.
It'll give you 700 nails in a 5.0, which is what it'll ship with. Now, the other really unique thing, and you guys can see it over on this side installed on the tool that Milwaukee's launching, is 2 accessories for full capacity magazines. So that's one of the first questions I continued to get was, hey, the power's great, the rate of fire is great, but I'm reloading my magazines all the time. Can you guys give us a full-length magazine similar to my pneumatic? That's exactly what we've done. So alongside both the framing nailers, we'll be launching these accessory extended capacity magazines for both the 30 and the 21 degree. It'll allow that user to put 2 strips of nails into this tool and really span that gap again between some of the more supplementary cordless to your full production pneumatics.
What's the cost on one of those?
On the tool or the magazine?
On the tool.
Tool's going to be $349 as a bare tool, $449 as a 1 battery kit with a 5.0 battery, and the extended capacity magazine will be $69.
How easy is it to change the magazines?
Really easy to change. So we've got a tool on board, got a PEP ski on board here. You'll take 2 screws out of the top here in the frame and then 1 out of the magazine. Same way you'd clear a jam if you ever have a jam in the magazine. You throw in the longer mag and you're good to go.
What about jam in the head?
Jam in the head?
Yeah.
So this entire piece comes off so you have access to everything in the head of the nailer.
Did you say bare tool weight that?
No, I didn't say a bare tool weight. It's a good question. It's about 9.7 pounds, 9.6, 9.7. Bare tool, no battery. Fire as fast as I can move. What do you think? Awesome. Pretty impressive. All right, so this one's a little bit farther out. This is a February launch. It'll be a bare tool and a kit as well. It'll be $279 for the bare tool and $399 for the 1 battery kitted version.
Fantastic solution in that day. Now, this is going to also prove that Milwaukee is the world leader in cordless technology, and we continue to change the game, all while staying true to those M18 users, not leaving anyone behind. Now, this tool is going to be able to have the power to cut reinforced concrete, as well as a huge host of other materials found on the job. It's going to be able to do this while being up to 50% lighter than the gas saws common on the marketplace today. And it's going to have none of those gas headaches that everyone hates. So no mixing gas and oil, no engine maintenance. We can do demos like this inside because there's no gas engine fumes. And even in our lovely Wisconsin winters, you can start this tool up instantly. Whereas with gas engines, I'm sure we've all known, they're hard to start up sometimes, especially when it's cold out. So another super common application we see on site is cutting into rebar. Now this tool is going to be able to do about 70 cuts in 5/8 inch rebar. Now this does have your onboard water delivery system here with the common hose quick connect. And if you pair it with our M18 switch tank system, you actually can get a full cordless concrete cutting solution. The only one on the market. Because the M18 battery that runs this tool can also run that one.
Can you pop that open?
Sure. Yeah, so you do have our M18 battery is in our sealed battery compartment here to protect it from water and slurry and stuff like that. So you know that your battery is being protected.
Cost.
Now it's going to be $5.99 bare tool and about $8.99 for a kit with two 12 amp hour batteries in it.
Not bad.
Two, that's right. And we're looking to ship in about October.
That's got good torque. Alright, I'm going to do something you shouldn't do with a concrete saw. I'm going to force it, right? Because they're all going to torque out.
This year, I'm extremely excited to announce we are launching the M18 Fuel 7 1/4 inch rear handle circular saw. It's got the corded power, right? Isn't that great, everyone? So it's got the corded power, cordless platform, unlike any of our cordless competitors. We've got a left-mounted blade on this. This is optimal for end users because they'll get line of sight. An LED light. Your corded units do not have this today. For able to light up the work or job site. Backside, we've got a rafter hook, hang on common job site materials such as LVL or 2x4. And then finally, we've got an electronic brake that will stop within moments of you letting go of that trigger. This is a huge safety win compared to those corded units that are out in the field today.
Yeah.
Pretty fast, right? This is also going to launch in July of this year, so very, very quickly. It's going to be $269 bare tool, $449 kit with a 12 amp hour battery.
Now I'm going to go easy.
You've seen us introduce a bunch of cordless benchtop into the marketplace, from the 10-inch miter saw to the 7 1/4 to the table saw we introduced last year. This year we were really excited to introduce kind of what's seen as the crown jewel of the benchtop space, and that's the dual bevel sliding 12-inch miter saw. Everybody ready? Everybody close
Ready.
enough? Okay. Smooth. Like I said, tons of power out of a single M18 pack and plenty of runtime to keep everybody productive on the site. So. How about it?
The M18 Fuel Compact Router is here. Now with this tool, we had an awesome opportunity to develop it from the ground up. We weren't beholden to any old AC model. We didn't have to carry over features. We got to go out into the field, work with carpenters, and figure out really what is the heart of these applications. And plenty of runtime with 250 feet of cutting on a single battery. Not going anywhere. It's only when I engage the macro adjust button that you're going to get smooth, easy adjustments up and down the tool. That's going to get you in the ballpark. Then you use the micro adjust dial to really get it set where you want. That perfect depth for your edge profile. That perfect depth for something like a hinge mortise. Anyone familiar with a 1/2 inch rabbiting bit? It's kind of gnarly, right? This is red oak. Let's see how it does. You also notice that that bit stopped pretty quickly. It's got an active brake on it.
Half inch. That's going to be a half inch. Who makes that bit? Oh,
right?
It's a white side bit.
Oh, it's just there you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Impact, right? The second question right after that is, what is an installation drill driver? And so I'm going to talk about a little bit of this because this thing was designed with a lot of purpose behind it. So the first thing you'll notice is this nice front handle right here. What we really did was we packed the electronics over in this front handle, and it gives it a nice balanced feel. So when you're working laterally like this or you're working overhead, you've got a lot of great control over this tool. Additionally, it gave us the ability to slim down the profile of the head, and we gave these nice grooves here, similar to like if you think like a screw gun. So these inline grips, so you can get in nice and tight with this tool. So when you're working in those awkward confined spaces, you're doing it with ease. Additionally, on that front handle, we put this nice magnetic bit holder in here. So for the first time, you can hold all the different tip types that you're looking for in a single day to say, hey, I'm not digging through my pockets saying, oh shoot, where's my T25? I got it right on deck and I'm ready to rock, right? So finally, when we talk about this tool, it's extremely light. This is under 2 pounds in weight. So if you imagine having it on your belt all day, you're going to be getting to and from, just like everyone has come to know and love on an M12 fuel system. At the end of the day, it's still M12 fuel. And what that means is our customers have come to appreciate the power behind something like that, so they can know it's a professional grade tool, it's going to get the job done. This is going to deliver up to 300 inch-pounds of torque, so it's going to have that back end. When they're coming up with all these great new solutions a user can use this on, they're going to be very happy with the delivery that we have there. It's going to come with a chuck head, a 1/4 inch hex, an offset adapter, and that right angle attachment. So we're going to put a couple of those to use real quick, and then I'll give you guys time to kind of go crazy on it up here. So I'm going to move back over to my nice vanity I pulled out of my house this morning. Deep away so nobody can see them. When they're interacting with this tool, they don't want to be dealing with those fasteners. I'm going to hide them. If you're on the remodeling side too, and you're saying, hey, I need to get this darn linen closet away from this vanity and move, you're not going to want to do it bit by bit, right? You're going to want to get down there as efficiently and clean as possible. So having something like this nice offset adapter, for the first time you can get deep into these cabinets, into those awkward different positions, and work on those cabinet screws with ease. Be able to drive those home. I'm not going to mar these surfaces when I work on these fasteners, and I don't have to remove anything else in this room. I'm going to limit the amount of mess that I'm creating, and I'm going to be on to the next one faster. Inside of this can to get whatever fixture you have in there, that might not be the right solution, right? Well, now for the first time, being able to take that same nice lightweight tool that's on your belt and move in with the right angle attachment, and when you get that on the tool, being able to get up into that can for the first time and adjust that can with ease. Like I said at the start, guys, this is still an M12 fuel product. And what that means to us is we're going to have a lot of power. And what I'm telling you guys today is that, hey, leave the whole hog in the truck. Leave the big drill in the truck. You've got something with ultimate versatility now. And what I'm talking about is, hey, you know, say you're rewiring something like a kitchen. You say, hey, I got a new appliance. I need to get into the wall. I need to get some Romex through a hole there. You need a nice 7/8 hole. Hey, being able to do something as simple as pairing your right angle and your drill attachment. And for the first time, you're going to have something on this nice M12 system that's going to run that 7/8 hole, and you can do something as demanding as, hey, let's run it through a stud right here. Like I said, hey, leave that whole hog in the truck for that one hole. You know, a less big hole in your drywall, less cleanup after, you're on to the next job, more time, more money. So, at the end of the day, we've got 2 great new products on M12 Fuel. Like I said, this one's going to be shipping in August, the M12 Fuel Surge. This will be right after there in September with the M12 Fuel Installation Drill Driver.
We'll talk retails real quick. $229 on the kit. That's the kit and all the heads, 220 batteries. There's going to be a bare tool option with the contractor bag as well, so you can contain all those, because we're going to ship the bare tool with all the heads as well. $179. So, 2 great new innovative solutions on M12 fuel. What questions do you guys have?
The same torque as the M18 version.
So somebody asked me about tethers in a live feed. Here they are right here. This is going to be our next session that we do. So you can make vests and hard hats too.
With the removable gasket, you'll notice, yep, these are the same ones that we gave you guys this morning. The ones in my hand are the polarized tinted model. You all have the clear version. Now this gasket, let's talk about this first. This is removable, so the user can install it if they want it, take it out if they don't. How many of you have ever had something get behind your safety glasses? Yeah, right? Users tell us it happens a lot. They wear glasses, they think they're safe, and then something gets around it. Well, this gasket will help prevent against debris. Now, if they want to lighten them up or just improve ventilation, if they don't need that at a given time, it simply snaps out, snaps back in. Fast and simple. For a second. Yep. Okay, y'all ready? We'll pass these around.
So you just shot that with a pellet gun, right?
It's classic high performance anti-fog. And to show you how this performs, we can simply hit a bunch of glasses with a steamer. And as you can see, while competitors all steam up, the Milwaukee stays fog free, both inside and out. Now, this category. Well, I'm going to turn you over to Zach to talk about the next one.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you. Every users and your readers safe as well as productive. But going across job site to job site, talking to superintendents, talking to foremen, and as well as all key end users on those job sites, it's a reoccurring theme. The hard hat market as a whole has been relatively stagnant. Who here has seen anybody in the field modify a hard hat with a zip tie? Anybody? Whether it's headlamps or anything else? There we go. Overall, we go to job site, biggest overall user frustrations that we've seen. Contaminants, particles, when you're grinding and dusting, doesn't get in the respirator. Notice that our valve is downward angling. As well as orange performance vests, they're able to carry more with reinforced pockets.
Or they tear away.
We have secure zipper closures. Tear away is something we're going to be expanding on in the future.
Okay.
Our quarter reusable hearing. Both of these are focused on our users' all-day comfort. Our foam earplugs specifically have an NRR of 32 that's helping to prevent against hazardous job site noise. Keeping comfort in mind, we actually made them out of a very soft and comfortable foam that quickly expands, knowing that our users are going to be popping them in and out throughout the day. Our corded hearing protection, as you can see around my neck, is made with a soft silicone, also keeping comfort in mind. It also is, because it is corded, can easily be stored around the neck or can be tied off on a cart or just really tucked into a pocket while not in use.
What's the reduction level on the corded one?
These are going to be 26 NRR. I meant to mention that. So what we were seeing in the space going on in the industry, that tool tethering is not just a trend, but becoming a major job site focus for companies while they have users working at height. I apologize.
So the biggest thing here is a few years ago we saw that trend and we launched the industry's best shock absorbing lanyard program out there. So in classic Milwaukee fashion, what did we do? We went right back out to the job site and we said, what are you actually using them for? What else can we do to keep you guys safe? 15-pound extended length as well as our 15 and 10-pound double length, which is double the length of our standard lanyard program.
Those extension cord costs, those halogen work light costs, no longer do they see those costs that add up with their current task lighting. So you can now spot lines and flood fields all through the use of a remote control.
What's the cost on that?
We'll get to that. We're not stopping there.
Well, just give it to me and I'll take it. I'll take it home.
We'll be launching here in October of 2019.
That's the remote right there. That's cool. So it's just got a joystick on it, and it runs it. Wow, that's slick right there.
About $700.
700. Will it go all the way around?
Pretty cool,
yeah,
right?
Will it go all the way around? Keep going.
Try it. No, it stopped there.
It stopped right there.
I need one key. You can see right there, one key.
Yep. So it'll go about 370 degrees or so, look like.
Shows you how many of these I use.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, you know the visual that.
Yeah.
People are kind of looking for it. And honestly, I think they were just game changer, but.
Aluminum.
I laugh so much. I know, that's amazing.
Thank you so much.
There's a 60 right there still. That dude's heavy.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
You hold this, Jill.
Sure. Hold this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What am I holding it to? Oh.
Alright, so we're going to wrap this video up. I spent all afternoon editing, cutting, and everything on that dude. There was 120 something clips in that thing. I mean, a bunch. And that was kind of new for Jill and I. The NPS has been going on for a bunch of years now. That's what Milwaukee Tools calls their new product symposium. And so we went up there kind of blind, wasn't sure what to expect. I had watched some videos about it from some past people, you know, being there in the past and things like that. And so, like I said, I really didn't know what to expect. But if we get to go back next year, get invited back with them next year, I'll be loaded for bear. I kind of see how everything went and some of the things that some other people did and stuff like that. And I'll be ready to rock and roll. So, but a very cool experience. Some of the earlier cordless stuff in the 2000s, early 2000s, the batteries on it were sucked bad. And that was one of the things that kept me from buying back into Milwaukee again, or even cordless stuff, period, because the batteries just didn't didn't really do real good. But when I bought them this last time, I guess about 3 years ago, the lithium stuff is really crazy, and I still hadn't even replaced a battery on my newest batch that I've got. Milwaukee Tools is a monster company. I'm talking about a monster company, and they are being led by some great people too. There is no doubt. I wasn't expecting that when we came off the bus, and everything that transpired out. They've got that thing. They know what they do, and they got it going on. All these companies anymore, the big saying is best in class, best in class. And I'm here to tell you, man, they don't play. They don't play. I'll get on some more of that stuff like that. And just a very, very cool experience. And appreciate it, Milwaukee Tools, inviting Jill and I to come up there and do all that. And so, long video today. Took me forever to edit it. So, hope y'all have a great week this week. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.